Make the ground shake.
It's pretty hot in here. Welcome guys. Today I show you the lead chick heavy PvP tank build. That's a build for block, so you can block between 30 to 40 people at the same time, and you block and you never run out of your resources. And it's a pretty end game tank build, and so if you are interested, you look how I do. On the Argonian skills, we have increases your max magicka by 2%. Whenever you drink a potion, you restore 12% of your max health, magicka and stamina. And that's important for later, what I want to explain you. Increases your max health by 9% and poison and diseases resistance by 1485. That's pretty awesome. Increases your healing done and healing received by 5%. That's pretty good because we are a DK, and yeah. Yo, let's go look on the sets what I use for this awesome build. Let's see the main set. You have the Kuros of the Hist Bark, and that gives you 1900 physical resistance, 129 health recovery, 1000 of health. The fifth one is good because when you block you gain this major evasion, increases your dodge chances by 20%, which means whenever you block you don't have to use stamina for all the other peoples which have to use stamina, and so that's pretty good. So this is the big secret of the high-end game tank, and you can block a whole of people. Like second set you have 5 of the Valhalla, which gives you also this max of health 2 times. The third trait gives you 4% of healing taken, which is pretty good for a tank. Then whenever you take damage, you make that the opponent cannot heals you anymore up for, and just the healers can heal up, so they are pretty fucked up altogether. Whenever you spam your standard of might and they stay in the standard of might, they cannot heal up anymore and it's over. So that's maybe a block build for you and a bit annoying, but I kill people with that, and that's pretty good. And yeah, okay, you have 3 sets also on both bar, pretty effective. And the Hist Bark we have, and we have also a monster set which calls the Malabeth. We all know this Impen. I have an Impen, and yeah, that steals also health, but the reason why I use that is for this 30% more of healing received, which is every 6 seconds practically the whole time, and that makes you really sturdy. And if I look on the main what I use all and sturdy, block cost to reduce, block cost, and also on the jewelry you got this bash and block cost to reduce, and which is pretty good because the whole thing what I do is I block, and more people wanna kill me, more I heal me up, and it's pretty insane. The helmet, which is just reinforced, because I don't got this in sturdy. I was crying for that and spending like 300 untaunted keys, and I never found this stupid shoulder in sturdy like the rest. Yeah, that was pretty salty, and I was sad. Let's see the stats. 12,784 of Magica, with a Magica recovery by 712. I have also this Mundo Stone, and I got 42,966 of health. Yeah, this 42k of health is pretty good in the PvP, but in the PvE you got maybe 34k. Then 26 of stamina, and the recovery is really low, but I have also the passive of the heavy armor, which gives me back every 4 seconds 1300 of stamina, which is my region, my only. The spell and weapon damage are really low. So 1000 this on legendary 1300 and 1400. That's pretty low, and doesn't matter. The DPS is not important in PvP. It's more sustaining, because I use the Igneous Shield. Just for that I used Atronach, which gives you the Magica recovery. Like, I use max health and max stamina, which is pretty good. And I'm a werewolf, and I get also this battle spirit passive, 5000 of health, and this in the PvP also, and for this reason I got 42 or practically 43k of health. Magica I get 12k, and stamina 26k, and you see the recovery is pretty looks pretty shit, the recovery, but you don't need the recovery because blocking don't really cost, and have really comes 100 PvP people to hit you for 5 minutes to run over stamina. I can really guarantee you that, and you have to try it out for see that I say you the truth. And yes, let's see, 30k of physical resistance, spell resistance are 32, and crit 1600. This build run 7 heavy, so I put just the champion points in heavy armor, and for the passives, really important also for the builds, this max resistance, and really important the constitution, which restores every 4 seconds 1300 of your stamina, which won't be you only region, and so you have to be sure you got less something. Increases your max health by 2%, and you see 7 makes 40%. That's pretty good, because 43% of 43k of health, that's good. Champion points, I got 38 in the Warlord for this block cost, reduces block cost. And then just in the magician, then let's go look. Nothing here and nothing there. We got 39 in tumbling for breaking fee, which is important because the whole time stunning effects and you have to break free. And sometimes, okay, I never dodge roll with this build, but sometimes can be. And now comes the big secret of this build. I put the 25% in the Shadow Ward, which synergize also together with the passive of the one and shield, and also the whole block cost on your jewelry, the whole block cost on your armor, and that makes maybe you come off 95% of block cost, which means whenever you block and somebody attacks you, you practically don't use stamina. That's the secret why I can survive so long time. We put it 100 in the blessed just for have this 25% of healing done, which I pretty like. Just 19 in the elemental expert for your flam damage, your ulti, which is your DPS. And yeah, for half this passive healing I put it 73 in precise strike. I'm sorry, I'm pretty high. And yeah, let's say one thing you have to understand of the passives, I don't show that because you can go look this by your own, but this one I have to show you because it's important. The whole build, the race, the gear, all that is made it for this passive. I had the idea for do this build because of this passive, and so it's the most important to put 75 here inside for half this passive. And this passive says restore 562 of health when you are hit by a critical attack. So in the PvP everybody won't be a hero and you have a lot and a whole of critical attacks. Practically all is a critical attack. So whenever you got this crit attack you gain 500 of health, which is not a big amount, but more people hits you in the same time, you know, so more health you got, and it's pretty hard to. When I look my health pool is the whole time up on 42k, and that's the secret. We put 46 in the hardy and a little bit more in elemental defender, just because for make this same 5 in thick skin. That's a joke, I know, but I put it just for a little bit because we know also the ACC effect. And just one in quick recovery because the whole build is on quick recovery. And yeah, that's it for the champion points. On your front bar you got immovable brute. That's a pretty good skill. So let's say a couple of players attack you, you spam this ability and you can go from A to B, and let's get here, and they cannot CC you anymore and you are pretty safe. Structured entropy, which gives you 8% more of health, and that's pretty good for tank builds. And resolving vigor for healing up. We have igneous shield. It's a pretty good shield together with resolving vigor. and we have Esor Magica from the one hand and shield tree, which yeah, absorb the magic damage and heals you up for practically 20%, which with 42k is pretty good. And like ulti, you got Standard of Might, which 30% your enemies cannot heals up for 30%, together with the Valhalla's set what you got makes 80%, and just the healer can save. Then on your back bar is practically the same, because when you bar swap the whole time you block, you know, and you bar swap, you block the same time also and don't look like. On the back bar you have the same immovable brute, then 8% more of health. Calculating blood, which yeah, let's see, when I activate with the shield, together heals me up for 53% of my missing health, and that's a huge ability when you just block and yeah, you never die. Volatile armor makes you 5000 more resistances and also gives a little bit damage over time. And the same like on the main bar we have Absorb Magic, which I pretty like, and on the back bar the ulti I try to look with the shield, so that's cost just 100, and maybe can be a situation after 15 or 20 minutes of blocking 30 people that you run out really of your resources and you need this 6 seconds, and so you can spam this before the Standard of Might. I know the Standard of Might gives you a lot more of Battle Roar stamina back, but yeah, depends on your situations. The story with the potion and that build, the Argonian, which is that's so awesome, and you have to be sure that you got this passive of the alchemy, the tree in medical, which does 30% more, and the potion which you use. Let's see, you have the Essence of Health, which is a 3-stat potion, all with these passives and the Argonian passives. Let's see, that gives you back all your stats, especially because you are Argonian. And where is this hist now? Argonian skills here, 12%, all that stacks. The passives of one hand and shield are really important for this block cost reduces, and if you're gonna look, reduces stamina costs of your wand and shield abilities by 10% and cost blocking 36%. That's pretty good because of this build synergize also the champion points and all the block cost what you have. You practically, when you block, you don't use stamina just a little bit, and it's really hard to run out of stamina with this build because of all these block cost reductions what you got also on your jewelry, you got on 2 rings and your neck. And yeah, let's see. Okay, that's not so. You have to study that. That's a pretty good build, and that's also really good passive for block the projectiles and the damage what comes from far away. And yeah, increases your move speed by 60% when you block is also important for when you have to block from this point to the other. You activate immovable brute and you go to the other immovable brute. The Dragonite passive are important because on your build you see Standard of Might, which makes every second flame damage, and with the jewelry what you got, the Valhalla, they can not just the healers can save and all other cannot heals anymore up. DK passives, which are important, 60% more burning, flame damage, which synergize with your Standard of Might. And on this tree, okay, we don't have so important things, more on the other, the passives. And yeah, let's see here in the dragonic power, really important, block 10% of damage, increase your healing receiver by 12%, which is pretty good with your monster sets together and all synergize. Increases health recovery by 5% for every dragonic power, so when you have, okay, I don't, you see F1, 2, and that also makes you pretty good for healing up. And the most important on this build is I got pretty good passives for healing me up, and it's pretty hard to kill me, and also more people hits me, more health I can take back because also of this champion points, which you saw before. And also these spell resistances are pretty good. Let's see here. The battle roar are the most important passive for this build, because your Standard of Might are the only ulti which can kill people because of your jewelry of the Valhalla's list. They cannot heal up anymore, and just the healers want to survive. And so whenever you spam this ability, which costs much of ultimate, you have this battle roar passives, which gives you 70% back. I can quick show you this in a video. And you see, I was complete out of my resources. I spam my ulti and then I drink a potion and I'm full. And whenever I block and the people will misses me, let's say a couple of attacks wanna come in and the first miss and I dance because I miss. So all of these attacks will misses you, and for every attack misses you restore ultimate, which makes you pretty sturdy and gives back you stats, and that makes you survive forever. You are a child of the Hist. Argonian with the setup also makes a pretty good end game heavy build, which for me is pretty fun to play, and I hope for you too. If you gonna try this build, it's really insane what you can block. So when I'm in the PvP I die maybe 1 or 2 times in 2 or 3 hours. It's a really sturdy build, and I hope you like this end game build.
Welcome. I'm so pretty, you see me? I'm a pretty chick, you know? Oh, yeah, that's good. Let's take a look. Wow. Woo. I'm a pretty chick, you have to say that, right? Yes, look at me. Like a chick I am. Whew, that was hot outside in the PvP, so let's relax here with the guys, with my friends. Whoa. Let's take a look if my hair are good. Yeah, all ready. Wow, I looks good today. Yeah, look at that. A pretty lit chick. So nobody beat me today, and everybody was running from this chick.
I wanna see you guys soon in the PvP. Don't run away from me. I'm just a elite chick, you know. So if you liked it, smash that like button. Wanna be nice? Like a big punch in my face. I really want to be big in this game. And I love you guys. And I see you soon.